Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Match Bell Podcast, the place where we talk all things wrestling, past and present. Today, we are going to be doing our predictions for SummerSlam 2020. If you agree or disagree with us, leave notes in the comments. And for more content like this, like and subscribe to the channel, as it will really help us as a brand new channel. If you prefer to listen to us on the go, you can also find us on your favourite podcast apps. I'm your host for today. My name's Liam. Joining me today is Alex. We also have Stephen.
I think maybe one day I should get to host, but hi.
And we have Richard.
Hi.
Is Alex's
Okay,
mic working, right?
I know, I'm thinking that. Alex, talk.
Alex, say something.
Oh, you're joking.
We're so professional.
It looked like you went to say something, but nothing came out.
It was like it was...
Is it working though?
Did you talk?
Yeah,
Did you say hello when we said hello?
Yeah, I went hi.
All right, no, it wasn't
I was
working
like-
then, but it is working now.
Yeah. Carry on the recording. This kind of stuff needs to be in there.
Fantastic. Okay, so professional. We're doing it live in one take. Let's keep going.
Let's get going.
SummerSlam. We've got a few matches on the cards. Obviously.
Coming from
This
the
match-
Thunderdome.
Coming straight from the Thunderdome. First match that I want to talk about is the tag team match, which is the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza with Selena Vega at ringside. So, a little bit of background. Andrade and Garza won a number one contenders match against the Viking Raiders and Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. There were some shenanigans with the poisoning of Montez Ford. Bianca Belair appeared on Twitch stream and beat up Selena Vega. Lots of stuff happened leading towards this match. So, predictions. Alex, who do you think's going to win?
I reckon Andrade and Garza are taking this one.
Andrade and Garza. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any reason why?
Just, I think the Profits have done everything now. Yeah, not much more that the Profits can do. And the storylines that we've had have just been a bit.
Yeah, I agree. Richard, what about you?
I've got the Street Profits retaining. Sorry.
Oof.
And I got Ford pins. Are we doing pins? Is that right?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah, I've got Ford pinning Garza. Just tag team being tag team, innit? Funny stuff rather than serious stuff. Let's keep going with it.
Well, we never know,
guess
do
you'll want my pin prediction then, won't you?
Oh, yes, go on.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Garza pinning Ford.
Garza pins Ford.
And I reckon Garza's gonna keep his pants on in this match.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah. Do we deduct points if he takes them off now? Is that?
I think we should. We need. We'll get really granular with the scores. You get 0.01 point. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, Stephen, what do you think?
Oh, mate, I will go Andrade and Garza. I feel like the Street Profits already got their revenge for the poisoning, maybe, from what I saw on YouTube videos. I think Andrade gets... No, I'd say Garza gets the win. He goes over Ford. Not clean. Let's get granular with this. It's not going to be a clean finish. Zelina Vega will get involved. And yeah, that's my prediction. The great.
Okay,
I was thinking Mr. Charlotte Flair was going to get the win, but no, I'm going to go for Garza.
Do you know what? I've got to agree with the majority here, Richard. I think it is going to be Andrade and Angel Garza
That's
going
fine.
over.
I'll just be up on points after this. Wouldn't it be right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
you think so?
just like usual when we do predictions.
As for who gets the pin, hard to tell really. They seem to be pushing both Andrade and Garza at the minute, so I will lean towards Garza getting the pin over Dawkins. We'll see. Okay, so next match is, let me check my notes. I Apollo Crews versus MVP for the US title, with Shelton Benjamin and Lashley banned from ringside. So this is a title unification match. Both Apollo Crews and MVP currently own a US title. One of them is very beautiful, but also incredibly ugly at the same time. And
That's not a nice way
one
to
of them
talk
is
about
Apollo
MVP.
Crews.
I ruined your joke. I didn't think you were
Got there
going.
for you.
I didn't think you were going there.
Yeah, so Alex, who do you think is going to win this match?
Oh, I really want Apollo to win. I'm gonna say Apollo, winning via pinfall. Yeah, I think the title's still fresh on him, and yeah, I think they just need to keep going with it. Yeah, doesn't make sense to take it off him straight away.
Richard, what about you? What do you think?
I love MVP, but it's gonna have to be Apollo in it. It's gonna have to be, it's Apollo winning for me.
Yeah, by pinfall or submission? What do you think?
Is there a submission move from?
Do wrestlers do submission moves anymore?
Is that roll up? Should we go roll up?
That is the most
small package. Pinfall. We'll go pinfall.
You can have extra points if it goes by roll up.
Oh gosh.
Steve, what about you?
Right, so I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't benefit MVP to win this. He's already such a big star. Apollo's finally getting a big first proper push. It makes so much more sense for Apollo to win, which is why I'm going to predict that MVP wins this one.
No, that makes sense.
You're going for the Vince Russo storyline. Okay.
It seems that, we don't trust WWE. Does anyone trust WWE to do the thing that makes sense?
That's why I'm going for the Street Profits in the first one, but apparently I'm wrong there.
You didn't explain it like that. I think the match ends with shenanigans. I think there'll be a roll up. I'm going for the roll up too. I want that granular part, not one of a point. Yeah, roll up because MVP's finisher is my least favorite finisher in the world.
Listen, right, the Playmaker is an S tier finishing maneuver.
S tier.
And
we're not going to start doing
no one gets up from the Playmaker. Okay, no one gets up.
No one, not a single person.
One.
If I go back through the history of MVP, nobody's kicked out of that.
No one.
That's a very confident.
Don't look it up. Citation needed.
His word for it.
Take my word for it.
I think MVP wins. I think someone like Lashley or Benjamin comes down to the ring, and then on Raw we're like, "Oh, you didn't win fairly. They were banned from ringside," and this storyline carries on.
Yeah, do you know what? I kind of agree with you in a way because I do think MVP is going to win this match.
50-50
I think he's going to win. I think he's going to win by distraction from Lashley and Benjamin on the Titantron.
On Titantron,
or at the very least at the top of the ramp.
That's 0.1 mark. He wants it.
We're all after these granular points right now.
Listen, right, I need the points. I need them. I've not had a big win since like WrestleMania 28.
What are you talking about? This is the first one we've done of this.
I know, yeah. just like WWE, anything that happened before we started filming on YouTube didn't happen.
It is not canon.
Oh, is this the revisionist history of
exactly? Yeah.
What we're doing?
You weren't a wrestler before you wrestled in WWE.
Anything that happens on the Indies stays on the Indies.
You were just off traveling the world.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got two people going for Apollo Crews and two of us going for MVP. So it'll be an interesting one to see. Right. Next match: Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins with Ray and Murphy at ringside. And this is a street fight. So there is a lot of bad blood in this match. Dominic is seeking vengeance for what Seth has done to Ray after he crushed the eyeball that then made it pop out of his skull because that's how physics works.
You put something in, it comes out.
And it comes out.
Sure
so there's been a couple people trying to help. A couple people trying to help Dominic. So he had an assist from Black. Alistair Black, who then got put on the shelf. Dominic then signed a contract for the match as well as for the WWE, and then got his initiation via kendo sticks.
That looked rough.
That looked so hard.
That was
incredibly
brutal.
painful.
Ooh,
The
almost as
welts that were
painful.
on the body,
That was definitely Seth getting his own back the week
I
before.
wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Yeah, it's like you've been hitting me with these.
Yeah, it was nasty to look at. So yeah, what do we think? Let's go with Alex first. We'll go in the same order just to keep things simple.
I'm going for the Mysterio boys winning it because I think
Okay.
it just needs to come to a head now.
Because
we've
the
had-
eyes
we-
in the head.
Yeah, we have had the ridiculousness of the eye for an eye match. Let's just stop it now. Let's stop being
Yeah.
silly. Give Seth something better to work on, and let's go forward.
Yeah, it's time, isn't it? It's time for that blow-off match. Richard, what do you
Yeah.
think?
I don't think it's as obvious as like what we think, but I
No,
am
I
gonna
don't.
go for Mysterio's as well. Just because in the future when we look back at the SummerSlam, you've got to have that marquee thing that happened, and this will be Dominic's first win, and then we'll have him shoved down our throats until WrestleMania, and it'll be really, really good. It's
And
gonna
then
be
I'll do
enjoyable.
Orange
Yeah.
Then we'll have a match with Dominic and Angel Garza, or even Dominic and Humberto Carrillo, over who gets custody of Dominic's child instead.
Yeah.
After Selena Vega poisons him and then sleeps with him
Yeah.
without him knowing.
I think we need a Dominic's child on a pole match.
Dominic's
Wow.
child and a
Oh
pole
my
match.
days.
Book it, Vince. Okay, Steve, what about you? What do you think?
Oh, this is a hard one. I don't like this one. This could go either way easily. If it doesn't turn into it's basically a tornado tag match, isn't it? Let's be honest. And if it's not, then WWE are very silly. I'm gonna go Seth.
Ooh.
He's just
Okay.
such a big name for him to take a loss to Dominic. I know the feel-good moment. We need that feel-good moment, don't we? No, I'm good. I'm good, Seth. I'm doing it. I'm crazy. Seth gets the win when he extracts Dominic's eye
Going in for
with
those
the kendo
fractions of
stick. Yeah, he extracts both of Dominic's eyes, and then Ray gives him. Ray takes out his own eye and gives it to his son. As a feel-good moment. That's how the match ends.
By attaching the optic nerve at a local medical facility.
Yeah. So Seth gets the win. Seth gets the win now.
Do
I'm
we?
really amazed at how that went. That was great booking. Well done, Steve.
Thank you. I should be hired by the WWE.
Do we reckon Dominic's going to wear a mask like his daddy?
Nah.
Is there any point? We know what he
I
looks
don't
like.
think he will.
Yeah.
It looks
Just
like Eddie.
Dominic. Eddie's child. Dominic Guerrero.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Seth wins this as well.
50-50
I
again.
feel like it's setting up for Seth to play dirty and win the match. Because, like you said, Steve, there's no point building up Seth so much and having all this build up to then let him lose to the greenest
Guys
grass.
never wrestled before.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't
Never
think it
wrestled
makes him
before.
look. I don't think it makes anyone look weak when they lose in a street fight with shenanigans.
I mean, I suppose if they do it that way, yeah. It
But-
depends how the things go.
But there's been foreshadowing of Murphy questioning his actions.
That's also true.
There has
So
been.
we could see a Murphy face turn.
Are you predicting that? You getting your
Next
granular
year.
points?
No, I'm not. Oh, I don't
Come on,
want to predict it.
say it,
but
say it,
I can
say
see it coming. Right,
Come on.
fine. Murphy turns
Be brave.
face in the match, and then that's your next feud, Seth and Murphy.
Can I have mine now?
That sets up quite
Go for
nicely,
it.
actually.
Alistair Black comes back just to kick him in the face, and Dominic takes the win. There you go.
So we've got
I think
Seth
you're
Rollins
yeah.
4-on-1.
Or he goes to kick him and he just misses because he's not got any depth perception because he's only got one eye.
He doesn't get all of it.
Yeah, and then it shows a
Blackness.
montage the next week of him doing that thing where, you know, like people kick bottles and the bottle top comes off. And he's just learning how to use one eye. Wow.
Amazing. Right?
Bucket, WWE. Let's go for it.
Bucket.
Right, so it looks like we've got a pretty mixed bag there. Alex, I think you might be right, though, to be quite honest. I'm starting to regret my prediction.
Tough.
But we'll see.
I like to
see.
get fun.
Okay, so next match. Oh, this is where it starts to get a bit messy. So we've got the Sasha Banks versus Asuka match with Bayley at ringside. So storyline for this match was a dusty finish at Extreme Rules. Gave Sasha the title. Steph announced the rematch. Bayley then attacked Kairi backstage as a distraction so that Sasha could get the dub. Asuka then beat Bayley so that she could get a rematch against Sasha. So, predictions, what do we think, Alex?
I'm gonna go with Sasha retaining.
Sasha retains.
Thanks to Bayley.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna go submission because I reckon it's gonna be a bank statement, but I think there's gonna be shenanigans from Bayley to help it.
It
carry
would
through.
be quite odd if Bayley doesn't play a part in the match, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. Richard, what do you think?
It's a shame we don't know the order. Because I feel like whoever goes first from Bayley or Sasha, they win. And then I feel like the second match, Asuka would then win, and then them being like, look, I helped you, but you didn't help me. And then this could now be where the feud starts. But then again,
Finally.
we don't think
Let me
it's going to
just have
start.
a look. Because I'm pretty sure that they had a beat the clock challenge on SmackDown to determine who was going to go first against Asuka. So that might give you a better chance at making a prediction. But yeah, I agree. Like, I think whoever's in that first match is most likely going to retain.
Yeah, that's
let me
my
see.
answer.
Both Banks and Bayley faced Naomi in a beat the clock challenge to determine the order for their respective title defenses. Banks won as she defeated Naomi, who in turn defeated Bayley. So Sasha and Asuka are going on first, and then it will be Bayley and Asuka afterwards.
Then
I
I have
You think
Sasha
it's
to win this one.
Is that right?
Is this
We
one
got
we're
to
on?
go first. I imagine they'd be wrestling
Determine their
who goes
order.
second.
Oh yeah, you might be
Because-
right. Sorry.
Yeah, it makes sense because then
Yeah.
Asuka's
So then,
tired.
yeah, Bayley
Bayley
first, and then Asuka will be second. It's
Right,
not
well then, in that
super
case,
clear
I'll have
on here,
Asuka
but
to win the Sasha one.
Asuka beats Sasha.
I'm still going with Sasha winning.
Yeah, I can actually
Sasha.
see that happening because I don't feel like if they were to have the feud that they would have Bayley turn face for it. I reckon Sasha would. I feel like now that they've turned Bayley heel, she needs to stay heel for a bit more than just. I don't
It's
think she would
working
go
so
back
well.
to. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Asuka to beat Sasha. Is that what the one we're on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Asuka beats Sasha. Okay. Steve, what about you?
Asuka beat Sasha by pinfall with a kick and the usual Asuka stuff. Yes.
You got any thought process as to why?
Because Asuka's sick.
Because you're an Asuka mark and you want to win.
Because I'm an Asuka mark.
Why? What's up with her? She got corona.
Oh no, I meant slang sick. I meant the North England slang sick. Because Asuka's the best. And if she's, I'll be honest, spoilers for the next one, but I'm gonna say Asuka coming out of both of these with the win. I know that seems
Ask
crazy.
for 2 belts.
That's
for 2
a
belts.
bold prediction. That
Bit wild, but I feel like they're both going to be in. It's a way to get Sasha and Bailey both annoyed with each other, without having to be like, oh, one's angry at the other. Because then they can both kind of be heels still. They're both just annoyed at the other one because they lost, and they can say it's because of the other person.
I honestly feel like me and you are sharing a wavelength today because I had the exact same thought process in that Bailey is going to cost Sasha the title against Asuka. And then in the next match, which we'll talk about in a minute, it's going to be the other way around. And that's going to then set up the Sasha Bailey match.
I can see. I think this is going to end with tensions. I don't think the feud's kind of start here because next week they've still got the pay-per-view where the tag team match.
Yeah,
where they defend the tag team titles. I think that's probably where it's going to really boil over. I think they're going to lose all of the titles, and that's when it's going to really boil over.
So you think the feud will not be over a belt?
I don't think it needs to be. I think they're good enough. They're big enough names. They're good enough. There doesn't need to be a belt there. There just needs to be rivalry, and they can build a big story around that. And then the belt can be off somewhere, building new stories.
How far are we from Survivor Series now?
When's that, November, is it?
2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, do you think that's where the big match is?
I think that's where they're gonna have their big match.
Survivor Series.
By Survivor Series.
It is November, November 22nd. So 3 months. Then.
I actually forgot that I forgot that they had those tag titles.
Same.
Yeah. I honestly,
well.
That's my prediction.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, Asuka. That's my reasons.
Right. So the next match then, and we've already talked about it a little bit, but then it's going to be Bailey and Asuka with Sasha at ringside. So again, same as before, it's very similar setup to the match, but there was an interbrand battle royal to find out who was going to be the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's title, and Asuka was involved in the battle royal, which she managed to win as well, which gave her the opportunity to face Bailey on the exact same night as she was going to be facing Sasha. So, Alex, Bailey versus Asuka, who do you think is winning?
I'm gonna stick with Sasha and Bailey, keeping them. So, yeah, gonna go with Bailey being helped out by Sasha because I really don't think they're gonna pull the pin on this yet.
I think keep it stewing a little bit longer.
Well, I don't think they're gonna be clever with it, and I think they're just gonna pull the pin too late. They're gonna miss the mark by an absolute mile, and they're gonna be really stupid with it. So I think they're just gonna drag this on for a bit longer. So I reckon, Bailey pinning Asuka with a bit of help from Sasha.
This is the one storyline that I think they're absolutely desperate for a crowd, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I've said this all along.
And they're doing anything to stretch it out.
Yeah, they want that crowd there.
Yeah.
So
they regret not doing it at WrestleMania. They should have pulled
the pin at WrestleMania.
But we've had a lot of good stuff.
What do you think? I know you touched upon it before, but let's just get it down in writing. What did you say, Richard?
What did I say the first? What was the... So this is the first match?
This is the first match.
Right, so
this is the first match.
Bailey to win this one, Asuka to win against Sasha was that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is confusing
so you're thinking Bailey wins this one?
I've got it written down and it's still confusing me. Yes.
They never released the match order, so it's just really frustrating to try and predict what's going to happen and when.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you've got Bailey to win in this one. And Stephen, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, Asuka to win this one. Like I said before, the same reasons. I don't think Sasha Bailey needs a belt, a title for that. The titles could be off somewhere else, building other stories. I think the end to that battle royale could show some. We could be getting Shayna back. A nice big Shayna Asuka run there. That'd be great.
Big is in the match. I thought you meant Big Shane, and then I was like, so she's quite small.
No, not Big Shane. Well, she's muscular.
That's what she goes by That's what she goes by to her friends, Big Shayna.
Yeah.
She's terrifying. She's very, very scary, intimidating.
She is.
To touch on the Shayna point, I think that we're going to get one of those really last-minute match announcements, and I think they're going to do Shayna Nia.
Yeah, I can see that feud's going to happen.
That
feud's going to happen as well.
They've been pushing that recently, haven't they? So
yeah,
sounds like a pre-show.
Sounds like
it's definitely a pre-show, but
sounds like a Raw Underground.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be a 6 p.m. on the day announcement of this has just been thrown together.
That's can I throw in a prediction for extra points?
Go on.
No.
The tag team match will be pre-show.
Oh yeah, I would have to agree with that one.
I reckon Apollo MVP is going to be pre-show.
I can see it in between.
Yeah. I reckon the US title's going to go pre-show because nobody cares about the US title.
It's hard to know. I think that the tag titles will go on the pre-show this time round.
I feel like
they're trying to raise the prestige of the US title a little bit. That's why they've got the new belt and all that. But we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think, Richard? We've all predicted a pre-show match. You might as well.
I go for the one that Alex mentioned. That'll be on the pre-show.
Fair enough.
US title.
Another 50-50 split. Me and Liam going for the same things every time.
See, we're like-minded. That's what it is. Great minds.
I reckon Liam's just copying Steve because Steve normally wins all these things.
Yeah, I just want the points. I want the points this time.
I've gone a bit wild this time. This is all just I'm not spending time thinking about is it just on the spot? So I might do really bad.
But why try and think for myself? I can let someone else do it for me.
That's very true.
Classic heel tactic, that Liam.
I am the heel.
The whole Price is Right, 1 pence more.
Right, we've got 3 matches left. So I think we'll move on to Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville next. This is a no disqualification match with the loser leaving WWE. So a bit of backstory. Sonya accused Mandy and Otis. Sonya caused Mandy and Otis to go through a rough patch. There was a lot of petty arguing between the two of them over looks versus talent. And then Deville cut Rose's hair backstage, which then set up a hair versus hair match. However, it seems that they got cold feet on this and decided that they were going to up the stakes and make it a career match instead. Although I would have much rather seen a hair versus hair match because I do enjoy a hair versus hair match. But I digress. So, Alex, what do you think?
I reckon Mandy's going over in this one with a little bit of help from Otis.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something.
However, in the same vein, Dolph might come out and help Sonya.
We've not actually seen Dolph and Sonya together for quite a while, so it would be quite surprising.
Yeah,
it would be
but the whole tagline of this SummerSlam so far, though, has been "You'll never see it coming." So
maybe is that why you're going
the other eye?
What's that?
Ray loses the other eye.
Oh yeah, that's exactly why I've gone. Yeah, Ray didn't see it coming.
You'll never see it coming, so he's gone for all the weird choices.
I have, yeah, that's true.
And I'm copying him because I want points.
But yeah, I'm going. I'm going Mandy pinning Sonya.
Mandy pinfall. Okay,
yeah,
cool. Richard, what about you? What do you think?
With the WWE always going off with the way that people look, Mandy Rose wins this one. Simple.
Is that because she's blonde?
Multiple things make that woman attractive. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, there we go. Mandy Rose wins.
Well done for keeping it PG. Proud of you. Stephen, what about you?
Yeah, it's got to be Mandy, hasn't it? This is the most obvious one. It wouldn't be right for Sonya to win. it'd kind of be like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. I also predict that Sonya will be back by Payback next week.
She's gonna pull a John Cena moment.
Yeah, she'll come back as with a mask on, and I can't think of a fun pun like Juan Cena. There'll be some kind of fun pun name, and Sonya will be back. But yeah, Mandy's got to win it. Simple.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cut and dry this match, isn't it? There's no way that Sonya wins this match.
Is that a haircut
Mandy or
pun?
Wait, cut and
We're not doing hair versus hair anymore.
Sorry, apologies.
Now the loser has to leave the WWE and come back next week. But yeah, I think Mandy's winning this. I don't think there's any other way around it. She's basically like what the WWE want in a woman, isn't it? Really, that's what Vince likes to see, which is a shame because she shouldn't be getting a push based on how she looks. She should be getting a push based on her talent. But it is what it is.
I'll be honest with you. I don't watch the weekly programs. I've not really seen her wrestle much. I remember enjoying Sonya, watching her wrestle. I remember thinking Sonya was good.
Sonya is the much more talented wrestler, I would.
Sonya, yeah. From what I remember seeing them, they're not on pay-per-views much, are they? And that's all I really watch, to be honest.
Yeah. Although I will say,
it'd be good.
I mentioned this to you guys earlier. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was just saying I'm excited to see them two wrestle because it's for me it's something quite new and hopefully put on a really
it should be interesting to see, especially to see Mandy wrestle like a no DQ match where she's gonna have to
be interesting. Yeah, be interesting.
In the effort. So it'll be good to see.
I'm excited for that match.
Yeah, I wanted to say though, I did mention to you guys earlier, but I do think that Otis is going to play a part in this match, and I would love to see Otis come down and cash in his Money in the Bank.
Forgot he had that.
Maybe I don't know, man. Sonya wins, Otis comes in and cashes in his Money in the Bank and says, "I demand the rematch for Mandy." And then Mandy goes over instead because I think that would be the most hilarious waste of Money in the Bank.
Oh, Ainsley would be so mad.
He would.
Wait, it wouldn't be a championship contract. It would be a new WWE contract for Mandy, so she gets re-employed.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh God!
We should be.
That sounds like something they would do.
Like,
it sounds like something WWE would do.
No.
That would be the worst storyline ever. Don't do that. That's terrible.
Like, that would annoy Ainsley, but I reckon Ainsley becoming the champion would annoy him more. So, whichever.
Yeah.
If anything annoys Ainsley, it makes me happy.
Ainsley's not been on the channel. Ainsley's not been on the channel, so like WWE, he doesn't exist. So we can't talk about him. Can't talk about him.
His sister Abigail.
He's on the indies. He's on the indies. He'll come up to the mainstream soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, he'll make his debut at some point.
Yeah, we've got to put him through NXT first before he can come up to the main roster.
Anyway, should we do the next match then?
Yeah, let's go on to the next one. So, next match, Braun Strowman versus The Fiend. So this one is an interesting one. So, starting off the storyline, Braun drowned. We didn't see him for like 2 weeks. And then he somehow managed to resurrect himself from the middle of a swamp with no hair, which was an interesting take. I don't know what happened to the hair. Maybe he was the one that got in the hair versus hair match.
It was an alligator.
With an alligator. With one.
The Fiend decided that he was going to haunt Alexa Bliss because there was history between Strowman and Bliss. After the Mixed Match Challenge, they had the Little Big tag team to try and get at Braun. It failed quite spectacularly. Bliss, for some very strange reasons, almost seduced the Fiend at one point, and the Fiend decided that he was going to back off a little bit. Braun no-sold his feelings for Alexa and decided that he was going to military press slam her out of the ring, which she took quite a nice bump on, I must admit. And then the Fiend came out to save the day. which has now set up this rematch. So, Alex, what do you think?
I'm going to go with The Fiend.
Okay. Any
Simply
reason why?
because I am bored of Braun Strowman as the Universal Champion.
I'm just bored of him in general.
I reckon The Fiend's getting it back with a little bit of help from Alexa.
Yeah.
But in the process, I think they're going to turn The Fiend face somehow.
Yeah, I think there's a double turn coming. I really do. Richard, what do you
Could-
think?
Okay.
No,
Go on, Steve. Sorry, you want?
No. I'll wait
Go
till
on.
I'll wait till my turn because I had an idea and it's crazy, so I'm just gonna say it when it gets to my turn.
Okay. You can only
Rich.
talk when you have the talking bag, so you have to wait until we pass it to you. Richard.
I feel like it makes more sense for the Fiend to win,
Mm-hmm.
which makes me then not want to pick the Fiend. I hate predictions.
It'll
Why
never
do
keep coming.
it never comes the way you think it? I'm gonna have to go for. I've written Braun down. I'm gonna go for Braun. Just to not have the same answer as Alex on this one. That's my answer.
Okay, so you're going for Braun Strowman, obviously by pinfall because Braun doesn't know how to use submission maneuvers.
What would he? What if Braun had a submission? What would you reckon it would be?
He had
I
that weird
would-
sleeper hold, didn't he, when he first started?
He picks him up. It'd be the bear hug.
The bear hug, yeah.
Yeah, but I would like to see Braun Strowman doing the Brock lock. That would be great.
Like an accolade type thing. That'd be.
I'd like to see him do. Oh, what's the name of it? What was AJ Lee's one where she twisted around?
Oh, Black Widow.
Black Widow. I'd like to see him doing the
Black
Black Widow.
Flipping heck.
My God. Black Widow was just an octopus stretch. I don't think Braun can actually.
No, I don't think.
I don't think Braun can do an octopus stretch.
What about was it called like a rack thing where they used to get them on the?
Oh, torture rack.
That'd be quite cool. I don't know how you get out of that.
Yeah. Shades of Ezekiel Jackson.
Imagine them stood in the middle of the ring in a torture rack on, and them going, "It is slowly getting towards the ropes," and Braun's just like wobbling towards the ropes.
He shifted his body weight, so he had to move.
He's rocking him. He's rocking him.
All his body weight into his ankles.
Anyway, go on, Steve.
Anyway.
What have you got?
I'll go. I'm going Bray. I'm going Bray. Bray to win with the help of Alexa. Coming to Alex's point of a face turn, I don't think the Fiend will never be face. Bray could go face. Maybe the Fiend could like possess someone else.
Is the Fiend not already face because we love him so much?
I've heard that. I've heard someone say that before. The Fiend possessing someone else. I've heard that come up on the internet before.
Yeah, I've seen. I've not followed this week's SmackDown, but I'm sure I saw something from it where Bray was unconscious backstage, and the Fiend came out as a separate persona. So I think you're right with Bray going face.
And well, yeah, the Fiend obviously the Fiend.
Well, yeah. So the Fiend is this separate entity to Bray now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's how they might work it.
Could be interesting if the Fiend, because we're all bored of Braun stuff. It could be interesting if the Fiend possessed Braun.
Oh.
Nice.
Could be.
Yeah, that'd be a cool story.
I quite like the idea of Bray having like the Mick Foley multiple personas.
Yeah,
they all have like a different heel or face sort of.
Yeah, that's interesting. But for me,
that would be quite nice.
Yeah, but for me, yeah, Bray to go over, the Fiend to go over.
Yeah,
Braun to move on.
I would agree. I think the Fiend's winning this match. I am so bored of Braun Strowman. Please let me off the Strowman Express because I need to get off this wild ride. I'm done with it. It's terrible. It's boring. He's boring. He's got no charisma. Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah, I think he's got charisma and stuff. I just don't think the character is at the moment really lends to that.
I think it's maybe he's just the character that he's trying to portray just isn't very good at portraying it.
I think we
He's
just need
too,
a bit of a change up with him, a bit more.
Too, like, huff puff, angry man, look at me, I'm Braun
Yeah.
Strowman. Like, I don't care. I know you're Braun Strowman. Like, you're supposed to be a champion. Behave like one. But anyway,
It's like the Fiend did.
don't stay at the bottom of a swamp for 2 weeks and then suddenly resurrect thinking you're Jesus Christ with no hair.
That's AJ Styles' move.
Yeah, only AJ can do that.
Wait, weren't you dead a week ago? Yeah, but the IC title needs a champ, boys. So.
Oh, should we move on to last match then?
Yeah. I'm really interested to see what part Alexa plays in this. So I think that's the most interesting part of this
Again,
match.
I think she's become quite stale. I think she's an incredible wrestler. I think a bit of a change up to a character would really help at this point in the career.
I would quite like to see the Harley Quinn character come back that she had. I feel like that could work quite well with the Fiends. But some, like some sort of version of that. I think that would be quite cool. But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Right. So our last match on the card that we know of so far, because obviously the card is always subject to change, is Drew McIntyre versus Randall Keith.
Randall Keith.
So, to set this storyline up, after Extreme Rules, Randy went to the ring and stroked his own ego, and then challenged Drew McIntyre to a title match. Drew accepted, and then decided that he was just going to absolutely destroy Dolph Ziggler in Dolph's rematch. Orton then decided he was going to hit Drew with an RKO out of nowhere. No one saw it coming. And it sets up this match for SummerSlam. So, Alex, what is your prediction?
This could go either way, because before we jumped on to start this lovely podcast, me and Richard were just talking about how we've not factored Edge into this equation.
Oh, that is very true.
Be back this soon. I suppose it is SummerSlam, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think he's coming back as a physical presence just yet, because I know he's out for a while, but
yeah,
live by satellite.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a very skeptical Drew retaining.
Okay.
And I think Randy's going to get the title off him or somebody later down the line, because I think it's going to be another Mania match for them too before Edge gets the title run.
Oh, you think Edge is going to get a title run off this?
I reckon so. They're going to give him one last rub with the title, I reckon.
Christian,
It would be good.
match.
Yes, let's get Christian back for a Christian versus Edge one more match. That would be great.
But, I'm going to go Drew pinning Randy.
Okay.
And be absolutely gutted when I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Yeah.
Sometimes the wild cards are the ones that get you the points, and sometimes they get you nothing. As I know. Richard, what do you think?
Right. On the baseline of this, Randy pins McIntyre. But as a big picture with some extra points, I'm going to go for
Always cashes in.
Retribution. Are they called Retribution?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Retribution coming in.
The new Nexus.
Smashing the place up, destroying both of them, and then them working together, beating up Retribution, and then Randy just doing what Randy does and RKOing him and winning it. So that's what I'm going for.
But haven't they tried tying Retribution to the Fiend?
Oh, what? Oh. No, it's all bad.
This is what I'm going for.
No.
Alright, yeah, I didn't say that then.
They're so unfiend-like. They're just... if they do that, that just makes no sense. It's just a bad storyline, isn't it? They just need to just kill it off at this point.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
just going off
Retribution
what
out of the
I've kind
Fiend
of
story.
seen on social media, but yeah, I think I saw something about Retribution being linked to the Fiend because the
I hate
Fiend's
that idea.
definitely
That doesn't sound good.
Antifa.
Fiend's Antifa.
If you're going to do a
Right.
group for the Fiend, it'd have to be more
Sinister.
like the Druids were for the Undertaker. Like,
Yeah.
they can appear and disappear, but not like just a hoodlum gang just running around destroying
No,
shit.
if I was going to do a faction for the Fiend, I'd definitely do like Creepy Circus.
The Brood.
Oh,
Yeah.
That sounds
I would
good.
have Creepy Circus. I'd have American Horror Story, the Carnival season, and just get like
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
a bunch
cool.
of
Yeah.
people from that to come and be the
Retro-
Fiends.
Retribution of the
Back
Fiends
up
thing is the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah, that'd be rubbish. But
Okay, so
For this
ignore I
match.
said that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for this match, Stephen, what are your and Liam answers?
Me, I would go for a Randall Keith win. RKO out of nowhere. Nobody expected him to do an RKO. Nobody saw it coming. That's how the match ends. I can see this. I can see him. They'll have Drew win it back when there's a big crowd, so he can get that champion pop. This is just to get it off him for now, temporarily, until they can get the crowds back in and get in that big WrestleMania moment. So yeah, Randy winning.
Well,
Is that your answer as well, Liam? Are you copying that as?
no, no, I'm going to use my own thought process on this one because I wholeheartedly disagree. I don't think they're going to take the title off Drew. I really don't. This match feels like a match that's just been thrown together because they've got no one to fight Drew and they've got no one to fight Randy. So they've gone, well, Randy's a top heel, Drew's a top babyface. Let's put them together. And that's about it. Because there's no storyline build up to this at all, other than Randy stroking his ego in the ring. Like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Retribution do get involved. Because then at least the match has got a storyline to it. But yeah, I think Drew wins off a Claymore kick. I think Randy's gonna go for an RKO. Drew's gonna counter it. He's gonna swing around all like floppy arms, like a one of those Bailey things that she used to have.
The wacky waving inflatable arm.
You just dodge the RKO, and then as soon as he turns around to find out what happened, bam, in the face, Claymore. 1, 2, 3, Drew retains.
If that happens beat for beat, you should get like 10 extra points.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, this might be like the time where I called and it happens.
You
That
cut
was
out.
great.
Say that
Yeah,
again.
I got it.
Oh.
This is like the time that I.
It was this might be like the time where I called the 7 RKOs that happened in a match.
Oh yeah, you got the right number of RKOs, didn't you?
Yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic.
It happened before.
Yeah, it happened before all this, so it's that never happened.
Yeah, that happened on the Indies.
Yeah.
But yeah. So right, they are our predictions set in stone. So we'll have to wait and see who comes out the champion of SummerSlam.
Exciting.
It's going to be very exciting.
For the first official one.
The first official predictions. And we'll see who becomes first official predictions champ. The Match Bell predictions champion.
Good luck, boys.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. You're going to need it.
Okay, so to those of you who have been watching, or to those of you who have been listening, thank you very much for watching and for joining us. If you enjoyed listening to us, please like and subscribe to the video. Leave a comment down below if you want to have an agreement or a disagreement with anything that we've talked about. Please share this with other people so that we can try and broaden our fan base and get more viewers, because that would really be good. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.